What's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk. Back in another video today. We're going to be talking about Rockets and Rockets offseason videos. We're going to start making more of these type of videos, leaning towards as the Rockets are getting to the end of the season, only 8 games left. We're going to talk about a trade that, honestly, I would not mind seeing the Rockets make, is taking a big shot and trading for Warriors' young future stars, Jonathan Kuminga, and someone else, which I will mention the full trade details. Which I would love to add Jonathan Kuminga to the mix for the Houston Rockets. Because I think he works well with Jalen Green and KPJ and what they're doing. I think, I do think that the Rockets need to add in a young guy. That plays the 3 position this offseason. They need to add in a small forward this offseason, I believe. And someone I've mentioned yesterday was Zaire Williams from the Grizzlies. And I would love to bring in Zaire Williams. I think Jonathan Kuminga fits better on the Houston Rockets because of the chemistry he has with Jalen Green from the G League Ignite team. And I just think him, KPJ, and potentially the other player that the Rockets get in this trade would work really well together. So, yeah, let's get into the full details of the trade that the Rockets could make in the offseason if they want to. And here it is. Of course, with the Golden State Warriors, the Houston Rockets receive Juan Toscanos Anderson, Jonathan Kuminga, and James Wiseman. Also, the Rockets give up and then also the Rockets would receive the Warriors' 2022 first-round pick, which will just be in the late 20s, maybe 26, something like that. And then the Rockets give up Christian Wood and David Nwaba. I have up and down feelings about the trade. Love to bring in Kuminga, of course. The Wiseman, I don't really know. But as far as maybe what I'm thinking is that the Rockets keep KPJ and Jalen Green, of course. Then you have Jonathan Kuminga starting at the 3. And then James Wiseman is the starting 5. And then at the 4 is whoever the Rockets draft. So it could be Chet Holmgren, which I don't really see him playing at the 4. Because if you really look at it, if you have Chet Holmgren out there playing the 4, then you have him right next to James Wiseman, and you have him right next to Jonathan Kuminga. So you got KPJ, who already struggles shooting, and then Jalen Green, who kind of struggles with shooting. Tonight he didn't. He just Jalen Green completely dominated from the three-pointer. But if you look at that lineup, point guard, KPJ, shooting guard Green, Kuminga, Chet Holmgren, however you say his last name, and James Wiseman, the shooting is all right, but it's not great. So with the draft pick, I would probably draft Paulo Chinchero from Duke. And that's a guy I really look out for the Rockets, is Paulo Chinchero from the Rockets. For the Rockets, the Duke University, I mean, people worry about his injuries, but that's who I would want the Rockets to draft in the draft with their pick. Because, basically, if the Rockets pull this trade and they do this with Jonathan Kuminga, they get Jonathan Kuminga. Basically, what it means for the Rockets is it probably means Jae'Sean Tate is no longer going to be a Rocket. He'll probably be traded after that, or they'll just decline his team option. But looking at the potential roster after this trade, you're looking at point guard KPJ, shooting guard Jalen Green, small forward. We'll say small forwards Paulo Chinchero, and then power forward Jonathan Kuminga, center James Wiseman. Then you see Garrison Matthews, KJ Martin, and Alperen Sengun off the bench, with Josh Christopher as well off the bench, and Duotana, Duotanas, whatever you say, JTA. That's what we'll call him, JTA. That's what basically the team would be looking at, and then also you add what you can get for Eric Gordon and what you can get for Eric Gordon and John Wall, and it's a really young roster that would develop. So, if the Rockets could trade for Jonathan Kuminga and James Wiseman and draft Paulo Banchero, I'm saying his name wrong and I just know it. And they can get a nice young backup bench piece for Eric Gordon and a first round pick, and they can get rid of John Wall's salary and pick up some names in free agency, the Rockets would be set, man. So yeah, that's basically it for the video. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you think the Rockets should trade for Jonathan Kuminga and James Wiseman. But yeah, peace out. Go Rockets.